Hello Royals and welcome back to Happy Blonde. It's Halloween season. This is one of my most requested topics of videos, so let's hop right into it. Hello everybody, if you don't know me, my name is Shirley Gonzalez, better known as Happy Blonde on social media. I am a party princess, content creator, performance coach at Happy Blonde's Princess Training Academy, and the proud company owner for the character entertainment company Pixie Dusted. Today, I decided to basically do one of my most requested videos, which is what is my princess performer base makeup? What is it that I do so that my makeup doesn't crease throughout the day? It looks beautiful, it looks flawless, just basically princess skin. So today we are going to do just that. If you are looking for character-specific makeup tutorials, head over to Happy Blonde's Princess Training Academy, get yourself an Academy membership, and you're not only going to find over there all of those character-specific makeup tutorials, but you're also going to find character-specific mannerism videos, company casting videos, audition videos, master classes, all that fun stuff and jazz that you need to perfect your princess performance. So I am going to go over basically everything that I have here on this table just so that you guys get a clear view of basically what I use in terms of a base. Obviously, you need a ton of makeup brushes. They don't necessarily have to be high-end. These are just from Burlington, and they were about 10 bucks or something like that, but you do need a wide variety of brushes. Next up, you are going to need a primer. I traditionally, for princessing, use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I absolutely love this, but I also love using this Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Poreless Primer. Again, just a primer that can easily stick to your skin. Some characters do have a more glowy skin than others. After today's video, I am going to be filming Cinderella's makeup tutorial for the Academy, so I don't want that glowy look for Cinderella. You also need a concealer palette. This is going to be your best friend, and I will go over what this does in a couple seconds. You obviously need a base. I absolutely love using different bases depending on the characters that I choose. I am not a one-fits-all type of gal. I obviously have characters who are a little bit more yellowy or are a little bit paler than others, kind of like Snow White, so I do change up my bases. You also need an eyeshadow primer. This was just like 3 bucks or something like that. You need a nice concealer, a creamy concealer actually. This is a dupe for the MAC one. I will name everything in a couple seconds. And you need loose powders as well, not to mention a setting spray and some sponges as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're up close and personal now. Like I mentioned, the first thing that I like to do is go in with a primer. Like I mentioned, this is the Silk Canvas Primer from Tatcha, but this is truly expensive, so I'm not going to use that one today. I am going to go with the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Poreless Primer. I absolutely love this. Other great primers that I do love to use is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. This is beautiful, and the Ciate Dewy Skin Primer for characters that do require a little bit more of a dewy skin, or I just want that glow, kind of like Elsa, Tinkerbell. So let's go in. The first thing that I obviously do is that I take care of my skincare. It is very, very important that you follow a skincare routine as a performer. If not, trust me, your face is gonna really start hating you for it. I can create an entire video just dedicated to skincare recommendations and all that fun stuff and jazz. So I go in with my hands. As you can see, it's very, very difficult with just one hand. I go in with the primer throughout my entire face, especially these regions right here. It's usually the regions that we like mess up the most, especially for us. We do use face masks still here. So let's go over color correction. What each of these colors do, they're kind of like a little paste. And I obviously have everything written down over here because it's just a lot of information. I really want to get everything straight. So let's start off with this purple over here. The purple cancels yellow and pale tones. So if you have If you have a very, very yellow spot, that is going to be great for that. The green cancels out red tones. I love using the green specifically for Elsa in these regions over here. I tend to be really rosy in those areas, and Elsa has a really nice silk canvas skin, so I definitely love canceling out the red tones with that one. I don't use pink, but pink merges the dark spots with your skin. I do use peach, which is this one over here, because the peach one cancels out those dark spots. I had a pimple over here a couple weeks ago, and I still have a little bit of a darker area, so I'm going to use that one to contour. You're going to see it. The yellow neutralizes purple tones. This one is the one I use the most, because basically I put it under my eyes for those bags, and it is perfect. It gives you that princess look. I don't use blue, but the blue corrects yellow and orange spots as well, kind of similar to the pink. Orange cancels out blue spots and veins. So if you have really prominent veins in your eyes, the orange is going to be perfect for that region. The brown over here darkens contour. So if you really want to darken that contour, that is going to be great. I am going to use that one a little bit later. To narrow down my face, I have very, very prominent cheeks. For Cinderella, I have to narrow these areas over here. And the neutral tone goes over the corrected tone. So let's say that you applied orange, don't just leave the orange there, apply the neutral one on top. And I have the white over here, which is a highlight. I love to use this whenever I am pronouncing my cheekbones a lot. Kind of like for Elsa, Tinkerbell does have pronounced cheekbones, sometimes Belle. So yeah, let's go in and color correct. I'm gonna try and link this below. It was about 10 bucks. It's really, really good. And this goes before your foundation. So the first thing that I'm going to do is obviously correct those under eyes. I am going to go in with the yellow, and I literally love to just use my fingers with this. Notice how bright that is already looking, and I'm not even doing much about it. This is basically the only color that I do not apply the neutral tone at the top, because I really want my under eyes to just be as bright as possible. Like, princesses don't have under eyes, so I don't go in with the neutral one because I feel like it cancels this tone way too much, and I do not want that. Just like so. I applied a little bit in this area as well because in my case it's really dark. I don't have that much vein thing going on, so I'm not going to apply any orange today. But I will go in with the peach that I mentioned over here because I do have that darker spot that I want to erase, and I don't know if you can tell, but I can definitely tell. It's already gone. Just going in right up top. And I am going to go with the brown over here. I am going to go with the brown on the sides because, like I mentioned, I do need to contour later. I go very, very lightly with this. I forgot to mention. I go very, very lightly. Specifically with the browns for the contour. I am not a big contour girl. Therefore, I like to keep everything as natural as possible. Last but not least, going with the natural shade on top of what I already contoured and corrected. After I have my blank canvas ready to start working, I go in with my foundation. This is the best foundation I have ever found for princessing. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. It's dewy. This is in the shade Golden Beige. I absolutely love this. This feels smooth. It feels like it's not going to crack on you. It is very, very affordable. You can find this basically everywhere. So I just give it a shake. I forgot to mention, if you're gonna wear contacts, definitely do that now. I'm not going to apply them just for this video, but I like to go in and apply my foundation in two ways. The first thing that I use is just a brush, just a little brush. This is a Farah brush, and I then perfect everything with a sponge or a beauty blender. just to again get that airbrushed finish. Remember that princesses have really beautiful skin, so that is kind of what you are aiming for. I just spread my foundation everywhere. That's another thing that I love about this little like applicator thing. I spread my foundation everywhere, and I go in with this and then the sponge. Beautiful. See? You don't have brush streaks going on when you perfect everything with a sponge later. Now I'm going to go in with a concealer. This is a dupe for the MAC concealer. It's from the brand Moira. It is a lavish creamy concealer in the shade 150 Oatmeal. And I don't go as ham with this because keep in mind you already applied color correction concealer. So I just apply a little bit over here and a little bit over here. Depending on the character that I'm doing, I either elongate this upwards or downwards. Cinderella has kind of like a little bit of a doe eye, so I am not going to elongate that as much. I'm just going to leave it right over there. I sometimes like to go in with a little dot over here. Not as much really, because I do have kind of like a pushed into brow. So going in with a sponge. I have such a nice canvas already prepped and set. If you have really potent eyeshadow, this is going to be the great time to apply that eyeshadow primer. I do like to apply it before my loose powder, just because I feel like it just sets everything in a little bit better. And obviously I'm going to be doing Cinderella after this, so Cinderella has those really potent blues and they're kind of hard to sometimes blend, so this little primer is going to do the trick. Beautiful. Now all that we need to do is find a loose powder. I am going to go in with this little cute SpongeBob brush, and this is again the best loose powder that I have ever found. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in Fair Light. I go in with a tad bit of this. I just shake it a bit. And, ooh, I need to buy some of these soon. And I just basically, like, fan it out everywhere at first, just to get all the places nicely covered. And then I just blend it all together, if that makes any sense at all. Sometimes, depending on the characters that I am doing, I like to go in with a different loose powder. This is the V Cosmetic in Cool Neutral, and I just like to brighten out my under eyes if I have way too much of just eye bags going on, but I don't. But I do like to brighten up just a tiny bit on my eyelid to really set in that eyeshadow primer that we just used. So I just brush this out with a flat powder brush. Finishes off nicely. I don't like feeling sticky on my face, and this is the best way that I found that I am not sticky yet I don't wear that much makeup. And right after, I go in with a setting spray before I start every other inch of my skin. This is the Photo Focus Wet n Wild 3-in-1 Primer Water. This is in Rose. I do have it in Coconut, but it's already like almost dying, so. If you feel the need, gently pat with a sponge just so that your skin absorbs everything nicely and you don't get any like bubbles in your makeup. Don't forget to take care of your neck. I see so many princesses not taking care of their neck, and remember your makeup extends all the way to your ears and down to your neck. Very, very important, and really take care of that hairline as well, because again, it's all gonna come together. And voila! This is my skin ready and prepped to start my princess makeup. I truly hope that this video was very educational for you and it helps your own princess base. I know that princess makeup is one of the hardest struggles in our industry, and getting that correct base is it's very essential and a key component to basically not looking destroyed during mid-workday when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 parties in a day. especially if it's hot outside as well. Right now you guys don't have really a lot of problem with that due to the winter weathers that are kicking in, but like me, I live in the Caribbean, therefore I always struggle with this, so having that nice space is beautiful and wonderful, and you know that it will not transfer to kids, because there is nothing worse than just having your makeup transfer to other people. But thank you so much for watching this video today. Happy Halloween season. This is my favorite time of the year. Happy Blonde signing off. And again, if you want those character-specific makeup tutorials, head over to Happy Blonde's Princess Training Academy at www.happyblondes.com. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!